I'm Dr. Barry, licensed psychologist, and here we talk about true crime and psychology. Thank you so much for joining. Let's hop right into today's topic. Let's go.
Welcome. I shared on the community tab when I saw that Morgan Geyser was missing. I posted a link to, I think it was a news article that was discussing it. I cannot imagine the terror, horror, the feelings, the victim, the surviving victim in this case, what she must have felt. Thankfully, it doesn't so Morgan was apprehended, I think, in less than 24 hours. And the individual that Morgan was found with, we do not know what is going to happen and where things will kind of go. I did watch the press conference. So there was a press conference that came out where they kind of explained what happens next. I have a link to my prior video. So Morgan Geyser was, when she was I think she was 14 years old. I have some information. Let me go on ahead and pull that up because she was convicted in 2014. Or she was involved in that case in 2014, and she was found not guilty by reason of mental defect for an attempted unaliving of a friend. And the defense that they tried to use was that they were psychotic and that they believed in the Slenderman thing and that she was hearing voices telling her to harm her friend. That is what came up. The state has continued to have concerns about Morgan being released, especially being released early. So Morgan was in one institution and I watched. The institution was concerned that Morgan was kind of aging out of what they could offer at that treatment center. And they wanted to see how she would do at a lower level of care. Um, I- and this is what Morgan and her lawyers really, really wanted. Morgan wanted to be in the community and to start working towards having some type of independence, but it came with conditions. So when Morgan was released, one of the things that had to happen was she had to keep a monitoring bracelet on. They wanted to be able to monitor. And then also, I'm believing, I haven't seen exactly what the conditions are, but normally if somebody is in treatment because she was discharged to a group home, she was supposed to stay at that group home. Well, Morgan ended up leaving that group home without permission. You can say like escape, but group homes, what happened is Morgan probably scheduled for the individual that she ran off with to meet her somewhere. And it sounds like, based on the body cam, that individual might be older, might be in their 40s. Morgan, I think now is, I want to say Morgan, I thought she was 23 because she's going to give different information. And I think they wanted to give her a chance because the other individual that was convicted alongside Morgan, the other individual in this case is on conditional release and has stayed consistent. Um and so let's go on ahead and take a look at the body cam. I'm watching some of this with you all for the very first time. Thank you. Thank you. Morgan is 24. The person she was with was in their 40s. Thank you. Because we have body cam of Morgan being arrested in Illinois. So this all started in Wisconsin. And Morgan was arrested more than 100 miles from the group home. It's my understanding that her and the other individual got on a bus, and that was how they left. Buses don't really check ID. They really don't. So buses normally don't check that. And buses and trains can be how individuals that aren't on the, because to fly, you have to have ID. So I worked with somebody that unfortunately was involved with some not so legal activities. And like they gave me the inside scoop on like Greyhound and like all the things that they did to, yeah. And so it's a whole thing. And so, and I see some people saying that some people don't deserve a second chance, but this is where they gave her that chance. And I do hope that they push to say that she violated the terms of her conditional release and that she has to serve the rest of her 40-year sentence. She might serve it in a mental health hospital, or if they add some legal charges. But if legal charges are filed, it's going to be by a different county. So the county where the group home is the one that would have to, that's my understanding based on the press conference, the group home, that county would have to decide, are they going to press charges or are they just going to let Morgan go back into the custody of the mental health system? And is that where things go from here? All right. And so let me see. Let me see. And let me share my screen, and I will make sure to update this with a link to this video. Somebody shared, so I have a link to Grizzly True Crimes coverage, but somebody shared Brian Enton. So I haven't followed this channel. I haven't checked out all of their coverage, but then I know Long Crime won't copyright strike me, so that's why I'm going to share the video from here. And so with this was how Morgan was found is that she was sleeping outside of a gas station. That's my understanding. It's some type of like gas station, and the police were called for loitering. That's why the police were called. So she was 12 years old. Thank you. He's a legit reporter. So I haven't found, so that's where I will have to check out his channel. Sorry, Brian. Because I have, there's Nate Eaton and then so Brian. Y'all know me in names. I get my names confused. So Brian Enton. Yes, Brian Enton. Apologize if I'm saying his name wrong. The gas station worker was concerned for their safety and fed them. Oh, that's super cool. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to skip ahead to when they start having interactions with the police. All right, nope. Okay, so that's the gas station worker. I'm just going to skip ahead.
No problem. Thank you for calling. Okay, what's your last name?
I don't know why I have to do this.
Because I don't believe you're 23. That's why. Okay? We got called here for a call. So, to be honest, I want to make sure that you're not missing. As long as you're not missing, you can go on your way. Are you missing from somewhere? Just give me your name and date of birth and you can be on your way.
Okay, I'm 19.
Huh?
I'm 19.
19?
Yeah.
That's fine. You're still an adult. So, yeah. So, what's your last name?
So this is where I think, because Morgan is not 19, but Morgan looks young. And so I think the officers are wondering if Morgan ran away and if this is a teenager that has run away. I think that's what the officer is concerned about. I can add closed captioning to the video. There we go. I forgot to add it to the stream in advance. YouTube will upload it later. I normally, but today I forgot to add it to the entire stream. And so with this, Morgan is not going to be completely honest in this interaction. She doesn't want to get caught because the minute she gives her real name, she's going to face some consequences.
Know what?
I don't want to give you my name.
Okay, well, then we're going to arrest you. We're going to take you an ID. We're going to hold you an ID at the station. So, you don't want to obstruct an officer. Give me your name and date of birth. You're not wanted for murder, right?
Right.
Okay, then there shouldn't be any problem.
Okay, you're making it bigger.
What's your last name?
Reese.
How you spell it?
I-E-S.
I-E-S?
Mm-hmm. No, G-R-I-E-S.
Okay. G-R-I-E-S. What's your first name?
Stephanie.
And then the other thing to remember is that Morgan has grown up. So from, I guess, 12 on, has been in mental institutions and really hasn't had because she was caught in under 24 hours. I'm glad that the community is safe. I'm glad that everybody is safe because when I saw that she was missing, I was concerned. We're gonna keep it going.
Morgan goes on to give a fake name.
Yep. So she gives the name Stephanie. That's the name she's gonna give. And they ask for her middle initial.
And what's your last name?
I don't know.
Do you have a middle initial?
Well, now you did something wrong because it's come back no record on files, and that means you're lying to us about your name. Okay? So now that's obstructing. I'm going to give you one more chance before we're going to take you in custody and fingerprint you. Okay? So just be honest. It's not a big deal. You're making it a bigger deal.
So Stephanie.
So once again, this is my first time watching this. I wonder if the person that she's with is telling Morgan to tell the truth. I don't know what's happened. So we can't hear what they're saying back and forth to one another. And also, I think she knows what she says. Once they figure out who she is going to jail. Like that's what's happening. She is going to jail once they figure out who she is. And with her running away, because she is on prescribed medication. And so for me, there are all types of red flags. I'm almost positive. At one point, she came off of her medication. I don't know if she was still off at the time of the release. Oh, wow. The friend gave a fake name too. Don't do crimes, people. Just don't do crimes. Don't help criminals. Don't do those things.
Give me your real name. Okay? Because if he comes back, no record on file also, which I hope he doesn't, because that means both of you are lying, I'm going to take you both in for fingerprints. Okay? Don't make us do all that. We just want to send you on your way. No, you can't. You guys wanted for something? Why are you hiding your name? I don't understand.
But you didn't come back to anything either. Even out of Wisconsin.
I just don't want my identity out.
Okay.
It's just personal preference.
Okay. You can have that preference, but we're going to have that preference of taking you in and fingerprinting you. Okay?
So there is no personal preference with if you've been caught loitering, like there's no, I'm not gonna give my name. Now, if somebody just walks up to you and asks for your name and ID and you haven't done anything, yes. And I did mention that the victim survived. So that's why yes, the victim did survive. I see y'all are going back and forth in the chat. We're good. All right, let's keep it going.
That's what we're going to do.
Is there any way to avoid that?
Give us your right name, date of birth, and then we can go on our way. We don't want to mess with you. We don't want to take you in a fingerprint. But if that's what I have to do, I have to make sure you're not wanted for anything, no homicides or anything like that. That's it.
I can promise you
Okay.
that. And I know it's. I
don't know you and you don't know me.
I know.
Okay. So
Just gotta identify
give your
who
name.
you are, that's it.
Make sure you ain't wanted for no warrants, and then you're good. Stephanie, one last chance.
Jeez, I didn't break the
Can we
law.
please let her go?
So
I didn't break
did,
the
by
law.
the way.
you broke the Illinois compiled statute of obstruction identification at this moment, which is a Class A misdemeanor that's a arrestable offense. Therefore, you can be placed under arrest for that. Both of you, because you lied and you lied. You didn't give me your real name.
And we got dispatched here because you guys are loitering in the back of the business. It's not like we approached you guys.
Posted, there's no loader. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's not.
So that's why they have to give proper identification, because they're being like, there's, y'all know I'm not a lawyer, but my understanding from it is that there's probable cause. Welcome to your first live ever. Welcome. Welcome. All right, let's keep it going.
Deal. What is your name? Don't make us arrest you and do all this extra stuff that we don't need to do.
We have other stuff to worry
I
about.
know. We got way more serious things to worry about than this. But we got called here. It ain't like we just walked up and started messing with you.
Now, these officers have told Morgan Geyser and her friend over and over.
All right, I'm cutting out their commentary.
What is it that you did wrong?
I did something really wrong.
Now, this friend must mean a lot to Morgan.
So Morgan is saying to let the friend go and that the friend didn't do anything wrong.
I know.
Unless that's what you want to do. So,
I know.
but you didn't give me your real information.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Dr. Barry. I am not their psychologist. So I do know that Morgan has a history of being diagnosed with mental health conditions. This individual, I would guess at minimum, is experiencing some significant anxiety. Now, the potential, so like, the allegation could be that this individual purchased a bus ticket for and met up with Morgan to leave. So there are definitely concerns. I haven't looked into all the details of this. Yes, and Morgan is on the autism spectrum. Yes. Some of this goes beyond autism to me, though. So some of this goes beyond autism spectrum into more, we're breaking laws. We're not abiding by appropriate expectations, restrictions. There is something called pathological demand avoidance, PDA. I talked about oppositional defiant disorder the other day, and in the UK and some other places of the world, they talk about pathological demand avoidance. But if somebody has done a crime, they are then subject to the expectations of the court. And if you break those expectations of the court, that can place you and other people at risk, and you might end up having to go back to a more restrictive environment where you can't walk away like this. And so, yeah.
I don't care about her right now because they're dealing with her. I'm dealing with you. Okay?
I can't.
You can't give me your information?
Mm-mm.
Why? Why can't you give me your information? What's wrong with that?
I just can't.
Okay.
She doesn't know my real name.
Okay. Well,
What?
give him your real name. Don't tell him.
Okay. So if they did meet at church and maybe we're living, so if that's true, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true that the individual did not know Morgan's real name. I do not know if that's true or not. Okay.
What's your last name?
Why? So he says he just can't give me the information.
Okay, so it's Morgan.
Morgan.
And then your last name? Geyser.
Geyser. I promise she did not know.
Geys.
ER.
So Morgan is your first name, right?
Yes.
Geyser.
No.
Let me say goodbye, please.
Okay, we will.
I will never see her again.
Yeah, you will.
No. I won't.
304.
Why?
Because I did something bad. Let me say goodbye.
We will let you say goodbye, but just stand by until we figure out what's going on. Okay?
You
I
promise.
promise I'll let you say goodbye.
No matter what I did.
Yeah, no matter.
Last name.
That's my word, okay? Okay? You're being honest with me.
I'm being honest. That's my name. Trust me, I didn't want to give it to you.
Okay.
You'll see why in a second. But she didn't know my name.
And then they move in for the arrest.
Go ahead and put your hand in.
You said I could say
I will
goodbye.
let you. You guys going to the same place, okay?
Okay. I promise you didn't know.
Okay.
Here, just go over there.
You promised I could say goodbye.
Yeah, you guys are going to the same station. You guys are going to the same place. Okay, we know you're not giving us your real information.
Yeah.
That one was the real information. That one was. I'll keep
So
it
why are
going.
they saying that there's nothing on record with that name?
It's me.
We're gonna speed it up.
Your what?
My fingerprints will pop up.
Look awful?
Will pop up
Oh, okay.
when you fingerprint me on.
Mm-hmm. And you're telling me that your information that you gave me come back to those fingerprints?
Yes.
Okay.
Even with Morgan in the back of the patrol car.
I'm gonna skip the.
Really bad. So only really thing bad is you'll never see me again. Is I hope she didn't commit a homicide. The way she's talking to me, saying that's really bad.
Yeah. Well, these officers, she's loaded into a cruiser.
Thank you for at least letting me be in the car and warm.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
I told my buddy to go get you guys your meals, a prisoner meal. Okay?
What?
Some Wendy's.
Okay.
I told him to get you some Wendy's so you can eat some.
Huh? Is that like a common thing? Is that just like a prisoner meal? Do they have a deal at Wendy's? Because I know, who was it? Adelson. Charlie got Wendy's too. Do they have a deal with Wendy's? Maybe they do.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. So y'all, that is the yeah. Did I say Charlie? I hope I said Charlie. Yeah, Charlie and Wendy's. I don't know. The prison, I don't know. But I am glad the officers now don't do something so that you get free Wendy's, because yeah. There is a aisle at Walmart. Stay out that aisle. Don't do crimes. All right. I am glad that she was arrested. We will now wait and see, because it's my understanding that she was in the custody of the mental health section. Like, so she wasn't in the custody of the jail. And so she's because of her mental health, that is the department that she was in the custody of, and they will have to decide whether they violate her or not. And I personally hope that they do violate her. I think this was a major violation. I don't think, me personally, and I don't know this case. These are just my thoughts based on what we know. Because also she's probably trying to get out of prison, because when she's extradited back, they're likely going to put her in a mental health hospital. So when she's extradited from Illinois, she'll likely be placed back in a mental health hospital versus being there. Once again, there are some people that are discharged to a lower level of care and they do fine. It's my understanding that she had been there since I think around maybe March or so. And the individual that she became friends with, because it's my understanding the state was concerned about letters that she was writing back and forth with a male while she was still in the other placement, or while she was in a group home. And so we will definitely see. Um, so the judge had to base a decision based on the recommendations of the mental health staff. And it's my understanding that the mental health staff, that they were all saying that they were all on board with her finding a placement. Y'all are saying she had been in that group home since approximately September. So that is what the chat is saying. Because I do know she was rejected from a few group homes. A few group homes determined that Morgan was not a good fit. And if you violate it in less than 6 months, I think that's where the court system has to take a look at, okay, she likely will serve the rest of that sentence in a locked facility and not have an opportunity to be out in a different program, because her lawyer was advocating for her to have access to certain learning opportunities, to certain life skills. She needed certain social skills groups, or her lawyer was really advocating strongly for her, and Morgan messed up, and there are consequences for this, even when you have a mental health diagnosis, because to me, that does not excuse anything. And really, it shows that a higher level of care may be what's needed, not only for the safety of others, but also for Morgan's safety, because the individual that she ran off with could have harmed her. Like, could have had their own weird, like, could have had their own concerns or issues. And so um uh we will see if she does end up going back. um and it's my understanding that it was a group home. So I thought it was more of a group home versus a halfway house, because there are therapeutic group homes. So I thought it was like a group home versus a halfway house, because group homes have staff and they have rules and expectations. Halfway houses, sometimes you can come and go a little bit more. And so I'm just basing this on what I've seen. Um and as I mentioned, for the sake of the victim, I was disappointed that that the group home didn't notify the state sooner, like immediately, as soon as it was discovered that Morgan wasn't there. It seems like, according to the press conference, it seemed like there was some delay with the notification. And it seemed like the family, I think, learned about the escape possibly on the news, if I'm remembering the press conference right. And that's unacceptable, in my opinion. I think the family should have heard directly from the prosecutor, directly from somebody. And then as soon as she was arrested, for the family to be notified immediately of that. Yes. So group homes are more structured. So there are different levels of care. So there's residential treatment, which is a locked unit. It's a locked facility. You can't come and go. It's a locked unit. Under that, there are group homes, and that is where, think of it like foster, but like it's not quite foster care, but it's like, so there are staff that stay there 24/7. The staff monitor the residents. The residents often have chores. Sometimes they are taken to mental health, to therapy. They might participate in groups. There are certain house rules. And she was on electronic monitoring, and she also cut her electronic monitoring as well. She is 23. I saw a question about her age. She's in her early 20s. All right. Ooh, somebody is saying that she might have snuck the individual in through the room window. Ugh. Yeah. So once again, I think a higher level of care is definitely needed. And that's where I mentioned earlier, she has grown up in institutions. So this was likely her first and possibly last for a while. Taste of Freedom. And people that grow up in institutions, sometimes you want to see if they can do better at a lower level of care, because the type of individuals that they are around, especially if somebody is higher functioning and you're trying to have them with like more pro-social peers, sometimes you step them down to a group home because you're like, the goal is maybe for them to be able to integrate into society at some point once they've demonstrated they can be safe. This is likely not going to happen for Morgan anytime soon, based on what I've seen. All right. All right. So the next video I'll be doing, if y'all don't want to hang out for that one, you don't have to. We are going to be talking about surviving the holidays. So talking about grief and, if you have interesting family members, and if you have any general questions about that, that is going to be the next video. I will see you all next time. And if this is our last video, I hope you have a great holiday if you celebrate. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.